Hi, this is Jeannie Phillips, and I wanted to show you how to make this slouchy tam. There's a little secret to making the extra fabric in here. I'm not going to show you how to make the ridges. I'm just going to show you how to add the extra pegs to make the fabric, and then you can add your own design later. But here's what I've done. I've already gone through here, and I've done 4 rows of rib stitch. So I did a knit and a purl and a knit and a purl for each peg all the way around the loom 4 times, and then I did 2 rows of knit stitch, and then now I'm on the 3rd row. And on this 3rd row, what we're going to do is add what I call an invisible peg, and that's what creates your bag. The bigger the bag you want, the more invisible pegs you add, and the smaller the bag you want, the fewer you add. On this one I'm adding an invisible peg or an extra stitch every 3 pegs. So what we're going to do is we're going to knit 1, then we're going to knit 2, and then we're going to knit 3. And on this 3rd peg, we're going to move this stitch to the peg before it, and then right down here there's a straight line that comes between this peg and this peg, and we're going to pull it over the empty peg, and then knit again. And take the top peg, the top stitch off the peg before, and move it back to the empty peg. Okay, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to show you one more time. Knit 1, knit 2, knit 3, take that stitch off, put it on the peg before it, and there's a straight line. You can see this. There's 2. There's one that kind of goes this way, and then there's one between this peg, the empty peg, and the next peg. I want you to take that straight line and put it over your peg like that. Then knit this peg, and then take your stitch your extra stitch, and move it back. So we're going to show you one more time. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'll create the extra stitch by getting that little bar and pulling it over your peg, wrapping that peg and knitting it, and then moving this stitch back. Okay, and we had an extra peg here, so I'm going to knit it because it wasn't divisible by 3. We're going to start over on peg 1. We're going to do 1, 2. Now on the next round, you're going to have, every 3rd peg is going to have 2 stitches on it. One, see, like that, 1, 2, and then 2 stitches. Because this has 31 pegs, and now it's going to have more than 31 pegs, because every 3rd peg, it's going to have more than 31 stitches, because every 3rd peg has 2 stitches on it. So what you'll do when you get to the pegs with 2 stitches, is you want to knit this stitch, and put it on the peg before, and knit the stitch under it. And then it's really important to remember to move this stitch back, because it's going to need to be knitted first. Okay, so I'll do that again for you. Knit this stitch, 1, 2, okay, knit the top stitch on the peg 3, move it out of the way, knit the bottom stitch on peg 3, and move the top stitch back. And you just keep going all the way around until you get the hat as tall as you want, and do a drawstring cast off. Right here is it has a little hole everywhere where I added a stitch. That first row where I added the stitch created this little hole. That's where you've pulled that over. But you don't notice it once you get the hat on. And that, what it does, let's see, is it creates this little bag in the back of the hat, where the back of the hat's wider than the front of the hat. So I hope I was able to help you, and I hope you enjoyed this stitch. Let me know what you think about it, and I'd love to see pictures of how you use it. And I hope God blesses your day in wonderful ways.